Should you do business with friends or family? Well, this is a complicated question, and in this video, we're going to explore whether this is a good idea or a bad idea. But first, let's look at some examples of some successful family members and friends that have gone into business together, and also some not so successful ones. Samsung, one of the biggest technology companies in the world, was founded by Korean Lee Byung-chul. Hope I pronounced that correctly. But his son Lee Kun-hee helped to grow this business into the global brand that it is today. And this is one example of a fantastic father and son partnership. We also have friends Nathan, Joe, and Brian. These three guys founded Airbnb, and we all know how successful Airbnb is. We also have friends Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, and they launched the fantastic ice cream brand Ben and Jerry's. And this was a friendship that clearly worked. So it is possible to go into business with friends or family and have a successful business. However, on the other hand, the Kardashian sisters launched their credit card, the Kardashian card, and this was a massive flop. Although these three ladies are massively successfully individually, in this instance, this family business didn't work out at all. We also have brothers Rudolf and Adolf Dassler, and they started a shoe manufacturing company, but their personalities clashed, and this caused massive tension between them. This then led to them both going their separate ways, one being the founder of Adidas and one being the founder of Puma. So although their businesses didn't work out together, individually they worked out and have two of the largest sports brands in the world. So it all worked out in the end, I guess. So what decides whether going into business with friends or family is a good or bad idea? Well, I reached out to my favorite community and asked them for their advice and their opinion. And I had a great response from many, but I had a fantastic response from Pit DK, whoever that is. Now, Pit DK runs a company with their friend, and what they found before they got started was to sit down and have an open and honest conversation about each other's expectations. This helped to iron any issues out before they actually got started with their business. They listed pessimistic scenarios and asked honest questions about how each other would deal with it. Now, of course, you can't weed out everything straight away, and you can't find out everything just based on this conversation. But this gives a good base and a good foundation of whether this is a good idea or not to go into business together. For Mr. Pit DK, or Mrs., or Miss, or Doctor, I don't know who Pit DK is. But for them, a red flag would have been if their partner was only interested or motivated by money. Now, of course, money is important, and it's important that the business generates money. But if this was the only motivation, then it would be hard to stay motivated if the business wasn't making money. And this was a red flag for this person. Another red flag they found was when their partner has ideas but doesn't have any execution or any plans. They're full of ideas and suggestions, but never talks about how to execute them. Lots of people have ideas, but it's the execution of these ideas that really counts. The execution can be painful, can be boring, and it often has to be done consistently over a long period of time. And if someone only comes up with the ideas and not actually how to execute it or come up with a strategy or plan to implement it, then this can be seen as a red flag. Now, if going into business with friends or family, I personally feel that you should take into consideration some of the traits or personality types that this friend or family member has. For example, if you know that the friend or family member you want to go into business with is always late, they are never on time, you need to think about how this is going to impact you and your business. If they're turning up late to important meetings, is this going to have a negative impact on you and your business? I think so. For me, this is a red flag. Also, if this friend or family member isn't a person of their word, they're often never sticking to their word, they're often flaking out, then this is another red flag. If they are doing this on a friendship level, what is this going to look like when it comes to working with them? If they can't stick to their word in a friendship situation, what makes you think they can stick to their word in a business situation? Again, for me, another red flag. And if this friend or family member is always lazy, often willing to let you do the work and let you come up with ideas and suggestions when it comes to being friends or family in everyday scenarios, again, for me, another red flag. So I feel it's important for you to look out for the red flags that are relevant to you, and this will help you decide whether going into business with this friend or family member is a sensible idea. So should you go into business with friends or family? Well, that's entirely up to you. But it's important that before you do, you sit down and have open and honest conversations with each other to see where you both stand and work out whether you are a good fit and a good partnership for each other. And if you found this video useful, check out this video here on 10 reasons why entrepreneurs fail. And remember, support the TING. Peace and love.